Hello everyone, Treecks here, and welcome back to Croc 2. Today, we are going to be trying to finish off the Inca Village, and therefore, also pretty much finishing off this game. I did promise you this was the last world after all, so... There is indeed not a whole lot we still need to do. In fact, like I said, only one more regular stage we have to do here in World 4. The first one was pretty tedious, but... Luckily, the second one is a lot less tedious, although still not as easy as what we've done before in earlier worlds. Let's go actually take a dive right over here. It should be around where Swap Meat Pete's shop is. Time for us to do some more shopping. One thing is unfortunate though. I did actually buy one green gummy saver too much at some point. I unfortunately need to buy the blue one for the next level, so... That one was indeed going to be wasted. This is going to be the final time we need to do some shopping in this game. One more gummy saver jump and one more clockwork Gobbo required. But the required jumper is going to be a blue one. Luckily it does not matter, I've got spare crystals, so... In the end, for that it does not matter. But I will actually... be carrying around that green gummy saver for the rest of my life. Time for us to jump our way towards stage number 2 in the Inca Village. Enough introduction. Time for us to begin finishing this game. Let's go talk to this guy from up here, because why not? Machine at the top of the waterfall gives power to our village. Now it makes strange noises and flashes in the sky. And the inventor isn't here to turn it off. Croc will go turn it off. Of course we will. We're actually doing absolutely everything in here, so... Not a single Gobbo can actually do things themselves around here. It is all our job. Up the waterfall. The final regular stage in the game. And it is raining over here, so... I am not going to be satisfied. Rain usually makes me depressive, so... Luckily, in a video game it does not matter all that much. Here we go. Immediately being able to use this. It's going to lead towards the yellow crystal. Now, let's go see if we can climb this waterfall. Getting every single crate we meet in the meantime. No real need for crystals anymore in this game. We've bought pretty much everything we need to, so... We are just doing this for 100% satisfaction, you might say. Getting that 100 out of 100 in the stage. Oh. And that actually didn't work out so well. Let's go try that again. Oh. Platforming failure. Only here on this channel. Come on, Croc. Yeah, there we go. I knew you could do it. I've tested it out before, so... Also getting hit by this guy. It's also something I've tested out before. Also works. But anyway, off the failure aside, now let's go actually do something successful. Completing this stage. Here's the waterfall. Let's go cross it. Obviously, climbing it's not going to be as easy as swimming upwards. There's no Zora armor in this game, like in Breath of the Wild. In Tears of the Kingdom. It would actually make things easy. But that is not a thing, unfortunately. You need to do it the old-fashioned way. Oh. And preferably not like that. That is not a very successful way. Yeah, the ledge grabbing physics can be a bit dodgy in this game. Does not always work. Either climbing vines or just trying to grab a ledge normally. There are some weird clipping physics in the programming here. It's pretty obvious. And getting the crate. That should be the final thing we need to do in this room. It's going to be time for our first visit in a cave. Going around the mountain. And that we do by going through the inside. This is the kind of room that really looks like aesthetic that belongs in the first Croc game, if I need to be honest. But no, we are still in Croc 2. Just listen to the music, you know enough. Although this was of course not something we met in Croc 1. Colored crystals was a thing, but Not snakes that we're actually using as fines. Fine swinging. What the hell are you supposed to be? You sound like a toad. You also somewhat look like one. However, you shoot projectiles like aliens. Strange enemies in here. Let's go swim towards the next one. Making sure not to get hit again. Running out of health is a definite danger here. Need to be careful. Stages are not easy anymore at this point in the game. And if we game over, the checkpoints are not going to be able to help us anymore. So let's do this carefully. 41 crystals at least. Moving on to the next section, grabbing the next few. 50 precisely. Oh, nice. Out of the way. Oh! Should have jumped. Get on the raft. That will make us go forward automatically. So now I'm going to assume we're on the other side of the mountain. First we're going to check out if there's stuff. There usually is. Looks like we need to triple jump on top of this crate. That way we can actually get up here. Red crystal. Oh! And I fell. But luckily after grabbing the crystal, so... Oh, and also still in time for the regular crystals. They do actually despawn. I just did not think they would actually despawn that fast. But no matter, I was still in time. But indeed, they can actually despawn. And I'm going the wrong way. This way. This is where the waterfall is. Jump. Be careful for landing in the water there. You can actually swim there, but you will, of course, have the risk of being pushed down again. Need to actually replay an earlier part of the stage. Oh yeah, this actually had me puzzled for a moment when I actually tested out this stage. What we need to do is actually jump to this tree branch over here. It was not abundantly clear. Luckily I tested it out beforehand, otherwise I wouldn't have known where to go. And that was indeed something I did not immediately see. Nothing up here. So, looks like we need to go take a swim. But once again, be careful, the water is able to push you, so you will get pushed down if you're not careful. Jumping is the best way to take care of that. Then we can actually take a look-see at the next checkpoint. And of course, hope we're not going to need it. Here is some more snake swinging. Oh. Yeah. Let's make sure not to do that again. And now. Oh, come on! The first time I can understand. Then I definitely missed it, but now I did not miss it. Yeah, there we go. What a waste of health. Cost me 2 hearts. And hearts? Nope, they are not infinite. Yeah. These ones are a lot easier, so this is not a problem. Yeah. Gotcha. Still alive. A couple of hearts less, but we are still here. Next box. 65. Yeah, this is tricky enemy placement. Let's make sure not to get hit. Let him shoot, jump, and tail whip. There we go. That is the trick. If only I knew that sooner. Boom. 3/4 of the way done. At least in number of collectibles. And that way we actually make our way towards the Clockwork Gobbo platform. Take a close look, guys. This is going to be the final one in the game. Final Clockwork Gobbo. Let's go. Let's make the most of your wind-up, sir. I'm going to be down on the floor, rolling from laughing if I actually screw up this final one. But it looks like this one is going to be another easy one. Pretty straightforward path, and even with room to spare. So, that way we actually have all of the Clockwork Gobbo sections done in this game. This is the final regular stage after all. One more colored crystal to find in the game. That, of course, still needs to happen. But that won't actually take very long, because look what we have here. Always check the top of the trees. It's a nice spot for hiding stuff. Time for the final bonus room in this game. Golden Gobbo statue number 2 for the Inca Village. Of course, we're going to be dealing with snake swinging. If they're actually not too far away from you, it can actually be pretty easy. If they're a bit further away from you, like I've proven, then it can be pretty tricky. But it looks like this is actually a pretty easy one. You don't have to actually jump very far in order to grab these tails. Thank you very much, my fellow reptilian friends. We scaly greenies actually need to look out for each other. Golden Gobbo statue number 2. And immediately the final one in this world. Speaking of final, there's one more thing we need to do in this world. Finishing the mission. And in the meantime, of course, also pick up the final couple of crystals that are lying around somewhere around here. And those are, of course, also not done. Then we can actually leave again. It's going to be boss time. Normally we need to do 5 stages, but now, after 2 stages, we're immediately going to be at boss time. It's nice for a change. Let's go swim in the lake. Make our way across. Here's a rock. Stepping stone, therefore. Climb onto the next section. First go around. Obviously something here. So, one more crate to find. Precise 5 crystals, so therefore it has to be in a crate. Looks like it is placed over here, at the top of the waterfall. Also full health again, because of it. Just for that reason, it's always worth checking out all of the crystals in the stage. We can finally take care of the mission. Let's go actually stop this power generator. Press the button, which is like in a traditional Rareware 3D platformer on top of the building. And that way we stop the water power generator. And the mission is done. We are immediately going to continue towards the boss stages. The doors are open to the inventor's workshop. You're big and brave. Can you go in? I'm not even going to answer that question. What can we find there? Buzzing getting louder. Hope Croc hasn't been eaten. Oh, that was in there. The inventor's workshop actually contained an airplane. Croc is going to be flying. That was unexpected. And that will actually bring us to Dante's Peak. Baron Dante is going to be hanging around the top of a mountain. That's the reason why it's called Peak. He's going to be throwing bombs at us. We need to make sure to actually hit him. Of course, as you can see, he's going to be hiding behind the peak at first. But at first it's just going to be avoiding bombs. Or actually get hit by them. Then we need to actually try to hit him. As you can see, the moment you get closer to the mountain, he will actually reveal himself. And that's where you can actually keep on shooting him. After a couple of hits, that will count as the first hit of the boss. And apparently that also counted as me being hit. Luckily my maximum HP is 9, so I should be able to stay alive in this fight. Now we've turned around. We need to rinse and repeat. Just keep on firing. We've got infinite ammo, so there's no reason not to fire. Hold the button. Always love it whenever games do stuff like this. The famous concept of infinite ammo. We're still not done with you yet, sir. Thank you for revealing yourself. The belt you are wearing actually has an awesome little bullseye on it. It is luring me into shooting that, sir. You will keep hanging around there. I'll make sure to stay out of your way. I now know we can still get hit by him officially, so... Let's keep on going. That's all we can do. It's on rail. Turning around will happen automatically. You can only steer around on screen, but not actually change your direction here. I do love how we're not able to see him, but we can already hear him. I would expect if we are too far away from him, you also wouldn't be able to hear him. But apparently, you have a loud voice, sir. Let's go take care of you, once and for all. Or at least for the first boss fight, of course. Of course, this is not everything. This is just introduction. Now, Bride of the Dungeon of Defright. Oh, I'm so glad you have arrived, Croc. While you were fighting Baron Dante, I escaped using my self-propelling pencil. Oh yes. The Baron retreated to the heart of his evil domain. You keep the Baron busy, and I will try and find a way to send him back from whence he came. You will have to get through the Dungeon of Defright and defeat Goo Manchu, the Goo Monster. Thank you, Professor. Or Inventor. I actually like both names. The Professor is more suiting for Spyro, now that I think about it, but... Indeed, we first need to do the Dungeon of Defright. And therefore saying puzzle solving. You might actually remember this concept from the first Croc game. This is actually returned in this form. And I must admit, the first puzzle was immediately the most annoying one. You need to actually pump up the platforms over here by stomping on these switches. Ground pounding them will actually make it go up faster. But do keep in mind they will also actually retreat again after not touching the switch for a moment. As you can see, they will slowly go down again. So we need to calculate this carefully. Actually try to go for maximum height on the platform we need to step on last. It actually stays as high as possible. And hope all the other platforms are actually on a height where we can jump on them. And that way create a staircase for us to actually ascend to the top of the room. And the worst part of it, we need to do it twice. The first time to get ourselves a key, and the second time to actually get to the door. You might actually notice a counter at the bottom of the screen. The quicker you do this room, the more gems you will actually receive, as you can see. Therefore, it's pretty much impossible to score 100 crystals in this stage. The timing is pretty strict in this first puzzle, as you can clearly see. I'm only halfway because we're getting the key, and yet the counter for crystals is already almost out. But hey, we don't care about crystals anymore. We've bought everything we need to in this game, so... Let's just try to get ourselves out of this room. It's not going to be easy. Hopefully this is going to be good enough. Yeah, this is too high to jump to. I was afraid of that. We need to make sure to get that first jump immediately. Otherwise we don't have time for that final platform. Let's make sure you stay as high as possible. It's also a good advice. Before actually taking care of this final one. First making sure you have maximum height on that other one. Yeah, and that way it works out. This is the way to do it. My score, a perfect 0 crystals for doing this fast. You're my friend for life. And that takes care of puzzle room number 1. Luckily, immediately the most annoying one. The rest is not as bad as this one, so... For this one, we need to get this guy out of his cage. Help me! Over here! And how does this work? We can clearly see some arrows pointed on the floor. And those we need to change, so they actually start pointing towards each other. And that way the bomb box will actually go bounce around the room, following the order of the arrows. You also don't even have to worry about the box actually rolling over you. I'm pretty sure it won't start rolling until you are out of the way. You see, correct direction. Only once we walk away, only then it will start rolling. A lot easier than the first puzzle. A little bit less challenging. But at least this one is going to be a guaranteed 20 crystals. At least hopefully. So Sometimes you need to hit the arrow once, sometimes twice, sometimes even 3 times. Right, 3 more. Counter still at 20, so... Looks like we're doing this one fine. Here we go. Boof. You're my friend for life. Sounds like a name for the episode, actually. Friend for life. We've been hearing that phrase multiple times by the Gobbos, so... Let's go find ourselves the exit. It's going to be right over here. And moving on to the next section.